everyone. Welcome to my midnight live streaming where we talk about the state of our nation. This is about 1:30 a.m. Nigerian time. I wanted to settle down and do this video because a lot of people have been asking me, why is it that in your channel you don't really talk about the good things in Nigeria, and it seems that you don't believe in one Nigeria? So I said, anyway, I think I have to do a video regarding this question, and I decided to come to live streaming to say it so that if you have time, you can join and also call in. Let's discuss about it. Because so many people think that I don't believe in good things, or I'm just so negative that anything negative is what I carry on, that it's only negative things that I believe in. But that is absolutely wrong. First of all, if you are a kind of person that asks questions, you will understand that many things that are going on in Nigeria, nobody is questioning it. Nobody cares about, even the poor masses who are the victims of what is going on. They don't even care. They don't talk about what is going on. Nigeria is like a country where everybody just live on his or her own to the detriment of their unborn children. Nobody, I won't say nobody anyway, only few people have the boldness to question the authorities that be. Nigeria is a country where the citizens don't ask their leaders, their politicians, questions. Nigeria is the only country where the politicians can do anything and go away with it. And every question we refuse to ask today, we are going to ask the question tomorrow. And if we do not ask it today, our children will still come and ask the question. So in case you are just joining in, good morning. I'm just talking about the question that people are asking. Why is it that you don't believe in one Nigeria? Why is it that you don't talk so many good things about Nigeria? The truth is that I believe in good things. I don't want to pretend, and I don't like pretending. So it is important we begin to say things as it is. So many people who are Nigerians, especially who are living in Nigeria, they don't care about anything. If they are suffering, they can even just keep quiet. They don't have food to eat, they will keep quiet. If they are sick, they can't go to hospital, they can't afford hospital bill, they will keep quiet. You know, there are so many rascalities going on in that country. So when someone is talking, it's not as if someone is just negative, that someone wants to talk, someone wants to criticize the government, someone just wants to talk. No, it's not because someone wants to talk. We have to say the reality. We have to say things as it is. And apart from that, you see, we have commonized Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, all these big cities to become Nigeria. And we think that all these big cities are the Nigeria we know. But that is absolutely wrong. All these big cities we are seeing, they are not the Nigeria we know. The Nigeria we know are the places where people can go. Nigeria we know are the villages, the rural areas, where bandits are kidnapping people every day and no one is talking about it. The Nigeria I know, it might be different from the Nigeria you know. Because when people come out to talk about, oh, Nigeria is good, Nigeria is this, they are talking about only two cities, Abuja and Lagos. Who is talking about what is going on in your village, your ancestral home? Who is talking about what is going on there? So those places are no longer Nigeria? That is the question we have to start asking. So when you ask questions, you don't believe in Nigeria, you don't talk good about Nigeria, you should think twice. Because the Nigeria you know is different from the Nigeria I know. As far as I'm concerned, the Nigeria I know are the places where the news can carry what is even going on there. Governments don't even have, basic amenities there like borehole, they don't have schools there, they don't have hospitals there. It's still existing in this Nigeria, and no one is talking about it. See, bandits are practicing what they know how to do in so many villages. They are sacking so many villages, collecting tax in so many villages. No one is talking about it. And when you come online to talk about it, they will tell you that you are negative, that you don't like Nigeria, that you don't want things to work. But that is not the truth. The truth is that there is no one that will not like his own country when it is working. The issue is that Nigeria is not working. That is the truth. So it's not because we want to talk bad about Nigeria. Nobody wants to talk bad about his country. But the truth is this, we must say it as it is. Nigeria is not working. The healthcare system, the education system, everywhere, corruption, someone just enter into office, you have access to power, you do what you like with power. Look at what is going on in Kano State. Look at what is going on in Nigeria. Look at what is going on everywhere. And people don't want us to talk about it. Anyway, please, if you want to join this conversation, you can call on this number I pin on the comment section. You can call in and let us discuss about the state of our nation. Massive Media, good morning. He say hello, as a coach. I hope you are doing great. Well done for a wonderful work. Keep it up, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So as I was saying, there are so many things that are going on in the villages. There are so many things that are going on that people don't know about. So people think that Nigeria is only Abuja. Nigeria is only Lagos. Nigeria is not only Lagos and Abuja. Lagos and Abuja is just a tiny places that people used to think and they believe that these places are Nigeria. So many people from other countries, they just come, they visit Lagos and Abuja. They don't know what is going on in Nigeria. And when you come out to talk about what is going on in Nigeria, people believe that, oh, you hate Nigeria, you don't want Nigeria to progress, you don't want this, you don't want that. No, absolutely wrong. Now, look at the issue of what is going on in Port Harcourt. They are turning law upside down, doing all sorts of things. Why? Because there is somebody who is in power, who is in federal power in Abuja there, who wants something to happen in their own favor in Port Harcourt. See what is going on. Anybody that just gets to power, they will use less the power, they will use less the position. They will embezzle money, use the power to intimidate people. And people say we shouldn't talk, that what we are saying, what we have been saying before, that is against Nigeria, that we don't like Nigeria, that we don't want Nigeria to be great. I ask another question. Why must we keep one country to the detriment of the masses? If keeping a country is killing people, we need to ask ourselves another question. If keeping this country as one is going to make so many people to be poor, is going to make so many people not to go to school, out of school children is increasing. If keeping this country one is going to, send us to our early grave, God forbid, then we need to ask questions now before it will be too late. For me, I am unapologetic about this, and it is my own opinion. I don't know about your opinion, but I don't believe that with this kind of democracy that one Nigeria will continue to work. It will not work. It will continue to haunt us one after the other. It will continue to haunt us. This is not because of sentiment. This is not because of tribe. Okay, let me give you an example. Obasanjo was a military leader. Obasanjo was the military president. Obasanjo was 8 years a democratic president of Nigeria. But you know what? Obasanjo said, I don't believe in one Nigeria. Said so. I don't believe in one Nigeria. So if Obasanjo can come out to say that he don't believe in one Nigeria, you should understand what is going on. Obasanjo said that Western democracy can never work in Nigeria. So someone who has been in the position of authority, people will say, Obasanjo is one of the problem. Yes, I don't doubt it. No problem. It's one of the problem, right? No problem. But what he's saying is the truth. It can't work. What is democracy to Nigerians? Do you think that you are the one electing your leaders? So you can't even talk. You can't complain. You don't have power. There is nothing you can do. that will make sense in Nigeria as far as you are poor. Nigeria don't have citizens. Nigeria just have masses who are following up. Because I don't see the characteristics of citizens on Nigerians, the dividends of democracy, their fundamental human right. Nothing whatsoever, nothing works in that country. Nothing works at all. Seke Mba, good morning, welcome. Iwu Biafra, good morning, welcome. So it is time for us to start asking ourselves important questions. So we are keeping quiet too much. I didn't say you should go and carry a gun. I didn't say you should go and fight. But you see, the only thing that can bring a revolution, political or social revolution, is when all the whole voices join together. If one is talking, another one is talking, everybody is talking in one voice, it will form a force that will cause a revolution. But when one will be talking, other people will come out to say, you hate Nigeria, you are either they call you an obedient or they call you an IPOB member. Sometimes I laugh because even before the election, so many people who caused us, who did all sort of things against us, today they are the one regretting, not the obedience, so not people who did not support Tinubu. People who supported him, they are the ones suffering it now. They are the ones suffering it. So any seed you are sowing today, no matter what you are doing, you are thinking that you are doing people. If you see people who are standing against the government, who are doing bad things, you continue to cause them that they don't, it's because they lost election, it's because you don't believe in one Nigeria. Who one Nigeria even help? Who one Nigeria help? Is one Nigeria pay your bills? See, if you don't have money to go to school today, you can't go to that school, no. And that is wrong. As a citizen of Nigeria, you're entitled to go to any school if this country is working. As a citizen, go to the school, even though you don't have money. And when you finish, if it is loan you want to pay back, you pay back the student loan. But the only thing this government could do, though they even try more than Buhari when it comes to bringing students loan. But that students loan, you know what happened? Students couldn't access it. Ask everybody in higher institution, how far about student loan? It's not accessible. 5 billion. By the way, one state, if students want to go on loan, one state, only one state, will consume that 5 billion. So this Nigeria is not working. Let us not deceive ourselves. It is not working. You just look at, see, it is just in the hands of less than 60 people. People who are holding Nigeria to ransom, they are about 60 people. So look at Dominic, good morning, welcome. Say, look at the schools, children sitting on the floor. That is what I wanted to say. Look at the schools. Just look at our schools. We're even talking of school. Look at the health sector. See, I started hating Nigeria when I was in, let me say, high institution. Because when I was in secondary school, I didn't feel the pain of, being in Nigeria. Don't pray that Nigeria will happen to you. It's not good, though. Don't just pray that Nigeria will happen to you. Because if Nigeria happened to you, that time you will begin to feel the pains of people who are complaining about Nigeria. If Nigeria happened to you, you will begin to feel the pain, the cries of people who are crying that Nigeria is not good. Don't just pray that Nigeria will happen to you. The government can do anything against you and they will go free. They have the judiciary in their palm. They are promoting their brothers, their wives, their siblings. These are the people they are promoting. They don't care about you at all. They don't care. Look at the new appointment of people who are going to appeal. That is it, appeal court. Wike's wife is there. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, the other time when they promoted High Court judges, all his people, he put them into judges. Tell me, how can we get, a court judgment that will be suitable for Nigerians? So it is time for us to wake up and call the spade a spade. So these people don't mean well for you. They are putting all their people in justices, judges. They want them to occupy those places so that they'll be able to manipulate cases. Look at the issue of Rivers State, as I was saying now. the judge they are just trying to manipulate everything to make sure that pro-weekend lawmakers return. We can't continue a nation like this. So these are the reasons why I don't believe in one Nigeria. I don't believe. See, the poor masses in Nigeria, if they will see opportunity to travel out of the country, let me say they go to America, Canada, they go to UK, they come to all this Central Europe, Eastern Europe, they understand, then they say 6 months, they have the green card, they understand what it means to be a citizen. If they come back, within 48 hours, revolution will happen in Nigeria, because most of these poor masses, they have been cycle conditioned that once you are born to suffer. You are born to suffer. That is what Nigeria has believed now. You are born to suffer. You know, I was talking to people yesterday, people from Taraba State. You know what? Some of them were telling me, and God knows, the suffering is too much, but we can't question God. What has God to do with the suffering you are suffering? What has God to do with it? See, you people should not call God where you are not supposed to call God. God has nothing to do with the suffering you are suffering. God has nothing to do with what is going on in your life. It is you and your leaders. What your leaders are supposed to do for you, you are calling God. And at the end, you people will say God does not answer prayer. God does not exist. Because what you are supposed to do, you are calling God. Why are you calling God? Only God knows. The hunger is too much in the land. Only God knows. Sometimes I will be asking, which God are you talking about? Because the God I even know is not a God that gives you, brain to think, gives you hands to work, gives you mouth, gives you leg, and only thing you could do is to start complaining and start telling God, I leave everything for you, everything is for God. You are doing yourself. You are doing yourself. As I said before, see, if we want the day Nigeria youth or we poor masses, we are the victims as far as I'm concerned. The day we will speak in one voice, the following day, a revolution will start. It will not start when only one person or only few people are speaking in this direction. Other people are murmuring. So when we begin to understand what is going on in Nigeria, see, tomorrow, just open your newspaper, go to online newspaper, go to Vanguard, go to Shahara Reporters. Check the news headlines. 120 kidnap here, 500 kidnap here, 300 die here, 200 die here, ambush here, ambush here. Is that the nation you people said you believe in? I don't believe in one Nigeria. I don't. If one Nigeria is killing people, one Nigeria is causing death, one Nigeria is causing pain, we need to ask questions, guys. We need to ask questions. What is going on? So, it's so unfortunate anyway. It's so unfortunate because people continue to think that Nigeria is still a country. In my own opinion, Nigeria is no longer a country at all. Thank you, Chooks Peter. Good morning. Samuel, good morning. So yes, you are right. Samuel, yeah, I have started posting on my Facebook. I have a Facebook account now. Okocha Pima's page, not my profile, the page. So that is where I am posting my videos right now. And I'm still setting things up one way or the other because I'm relocating from where I am. So there is a place I'm constructing a studio, very good one for that matter. So I'm just waiting for everything to be okay. Then all these broadcasts will be in a cross platform. So please do bear with me. So as I was saying, we are the victims. Have you seen any governor, even commissioner's children in the same school with your children? Unless you are wealthy, you have money. That is only where your children can go to the same school with all this commissioner, all this governor. Their children can't go to the same school with you. If you go to hospital, you can't see their children in hospital. So Nigeria is divided into two. The upper class and the lower class. I'm among the lower class, and that is why I'm talking. That is why we must talk now. People must hear our cries. So many people don't have money to pay school fees on the road. Because of that, they withdraw out of school. And you say you are a citizen of Nigeria. So we should start asking questions. So Nigeria don't have money. Nigeria don't have money. Mr. George, good morning. Bonjour. So Nigeria don't have money. Nigeria don't have money. But they are using your money to send their children abroad. Their children to invest abroad. Their children don't go to poor children's school. They go to private hospitals, private schools. Then they build the public school for you. And ASU will be going to strike all the time because they can't fund the school. So it is so pathetic. We need to ask ourselves question. Are we really a country? When you will sit down and begin to think about your future. Think about the future of your children. This is not only about talking. Think about the future of your children. Think about it too. Think about it, the future of your children. Think about it, even though you think that everything is well with you. Think about the future of your children. Think about it. Even though you can see, one day we are going to live. If we live, what will your children be going through? Your children, maybe you have trained them, they have money, but do they have the necessary connection to survive this calamity you people are calling a country? What about maybe you built a plot, you have a plot of land, you build your house, you do everything, and you are happy that you did it for your children, right? One governor will come out tomorrow and take your land and destroy it. You can't do nothing. Maybe that time you are not even around self. So it's a very bad thing. George, thank you so much. Good morning. Welcome. Mr. Dominic said, what is the reason of one Nigeria, if not criminality? For me, it's my own opinion. I'm responsible to what I said. Nigeria is like a business center. And I can defend what I said anywhere, any place. Nigeria is like a business center where people do transaction. Politics is transactional. Contract is transactional. Someone want to tie 4 kilometers of road, they want 2 billion, transactional. They want to build schools, transactional, to embezzle money. So everything about Nigeria is transactional. So that's why I said Nigeria is a business center. Yeah, Nigeria is a business center. And the earlier we realize this, the better for us. Nigeria is a very big business center. Now, last week, Oshomole, no, not last week, 4 days ago, Oshomole was crying in the Senate. So many people were crying in the Senate. They said the cabal are sabotaging Dangote refinery. That they are not giving Dangote oil. Dangote is importing oil that he's using in Nigeria. I said, no problem. Nigeria will happen to everybody, one after the other. One after the other. Nigeria will happen to everybody. Nigeria will not spare anybody, including the politicians. Nigeria will not spare them all. After Nigeria has dealt with us, because we are the victims, we are the masses. After Nigeria have dealt with us, it will go to business class. It is hitting them now. Dangote is complaining that he can't create job any longer. They are funded people who are number 20 richest man before they are number 70 richest man in the world now. Everything is going down. After the poor masses have suffered about it, the business class like Dangote, then will suffer about it. After that, it will come back to the politicians. The politicians, time will come. This is not prediction. Time will come. You see this country, Nigeria, it won't contain them. They will run out of this country. They will run out of this country with what is going on now. Let's just watch and see. You see, a problem with Nigerians is that Nigerians don't react on time. And it's because of our culture, our bad culture, and the religion aspect of it. Where you go to mosque, you go to church, either your imam or your pastor will tell you that leave everything for God, pray to God, pray for your daily bread, pray for this, pray for your daily bread, but you can't go to farm. Bandits are in the farm. Not that you are crippled, you have hand and you are not lazy. And they are telling you to pray for daily bread. and you can't go to farm because of bandits. Nigeria should start thinking. It is time we start thinking. Mr. Samuel Dayfield, good morning, welcome. He said, we haven't heard from Niger Delta to start doing what they said they would do about the pipeline. Yes, today is Saturday, right? The ultimatum expires today. So let's see what is going to happen. The ultimatum expires today. Today is Saturday, right? Yeah, today is making it 14 days. This person is writing French. I only understand French very little. Very little. I don't understand French like that. Okay, says Nigeria needs to divide. It doesn't have the interest of different tribes as a whole. Yeah, it doesn't have the interest of different tribes as a whole. It's not only that, though. It's not only that. It's not because Nigeria doesn't have the interest of all the whole tribe. They don't have the interest of the nation. The earlier people understand what I'm saying, the better. I'm not talking about Nigerians are not having interest of different tribes. They don't have the interest of the nation. They don't believe. See, all these politicians you are seeing, time without number, I've said this. I don't have to be repeating it. I said Nigerian politicians don't believe in Nigeria. Nigerian politicians, they don't believe in Nigeria. How could you say that someone believes in a country where he will embezzle money meant for school, money meant for humanitarian aid, money meant for security, money meant for school? They will embezzle all of them, and they will use it to train their children abroad, not in Nigeria. They will carry out a project of a hospital, and they will tell their children, don't go to this hospital. I have a hospital that you will go. They will build schools and tell their children, don't go to this school that I'm building. It's not good. I will send you to a private school. These people don't believe in Nigeria. The earlier we realize it, the better. Someone said, Tinubu approved GMO and now have signed into law LGDP. What type of human being is this, Tinubu? I'm trying to verify that news that Nigeria have signed LGBT into law. This is what really happened. I read the document. You see the GMO organizations, something. So all these people, they are the one that is promoting LGBT. That is the truth. They are promoting it. But when I read the book that they signed, the federal government signed, there is no clause like they are imposing it on Nigeria, that Nigeria should sign it into law, LGDP. They did not write it like that. Or maybe there is another paper that I did not see. Mr. George is okay, my friend. Dominic said, what is bandits even? Isn't it terrorism or herdsmen? All of a sudden, bandits like it is normal. I think I would say I'm sorry about that, because, you see, we are familiar to be calling them bandits. Honestly, they are not bandits. They are terrorists. There is a difference between terrorists and bandits. Bandits is like someone, let me say, mob, thugs, who are trying to, maybe they use stick, these are people we're supposed to call bandits. But no. What we have now, what we are having now is terrorism. Kidnapping, all those things are terrorism. So that is what we must understand. So back to what I'm saying. You see, this country that everybody just playing along, going, I pity we, the masses. I pity us. The reason why I pity us is because we have been psycho-conditioned. You know, when you are born and brought up, let me say, in a poor family, in a poor background, you will think that poverty is a way of life. Now, Nigerian masses, we are thinking that poverty is a way of life as a Nigerian. We are thinking that kidnapping is a way of life as Nigerians. We are thinking that, out of school children is a way of life. Everything bad associated with Nigeria, we are thinking that that is a way of life. When I was growing up, if I seen NEPA light, we will shout, up NEPA, up NEPA. because we think that that is a way of life. We don't even understand that in some countries, our neighboring countries or some African countries, that they don't see light. Until people begin to travel, they started traveling to America, going to Europe, going to so many parts of the world, and they see that, oh no, if we have a good government, the electricity don't have to stop. But we were thinking that it's a normal thing. When we see light 1 hour in a day, we will rejoice. Hey, NEPA try, NEPA try. Who have done this to us? Who have been with us? I don't believe in this one Nigeria. What Obasanjo saw, I know people will say Obasanjo is one of the problem. No problem. It's one of the problem. But what he saw that made him to say that this democracy cannot work for Nigeria, after running as a military officer and also as a democratic someone, and he come out to say that this thing, it can't work for us. It can't. So if such a person is talking to you that this thing can't work, have it in mind that it's not going to work. And this is not because we wish Nigeria bad. This is not because we wish Africa bad. This is not because we wish things not to go well. But this life function with a system. The life function with a system. Nigeria have a system. The current system they are running now is a system that will produce failure. It will produce, failure in all parastata, in every angle, both education, health, to mention but few. The system is going to produce error. So if you want things to work, you create a system that will make it to work. Your phone, if you want to make up, you make up. Because you have battery, you have network, it's a system. Without network, this thing is not going to work. Without battery, this thing is not going to work. But Nigeria is like a telephone without battery, without network system. And the leaders are like applications that use Wi-Fi. They don't use data. Then the data is what other applications, who are the masses, are supposed to be using. Then they will connect to Wi-Fi that is outside the phone and be using the Wi-Fi. Then they will be treating you as a poor masses without data. That is just the definition or the description of Nigeria. All these people you are seeing, all these politicians, they are not suffering, no. They have all it takes. They have the money. They have everything. They have everything. Everything they need, they have it. The security, they have it. Their children, to train them anywhere, they have the money. They are not going to your hospital. For the last time, I'm saying it is time for you to stop clapping for your politicians. They don't mean well for you. Stop clapping for all these politicians. If you like, respect them. But for me, I have lost every respect for any politician, especially the people I know that they are not doing well, people I know that they are not working. They don't deserve your respect. They don't deserve your respect. They don't mean well for you. They are eating your money. Nigerians don't even know that they have money. You as a citizen, you don't know that you're a commonwealth of the natural resources in your country. We don't know. How can it be that someone who is from where oil, oil well is, where they drill oil from the ground, someone from that city don't have money to go to school? How? And we say this country is going to work? How? So many people who have goods in their place, especially in Taraba, so many city community have goods. You know what they do? They sponsor terrorists to chase them away. They left the village, and other people are coming there. Other people are taking the natural resources there, and so on and so forth. And you said the Nigeria is going to work. I don't believe in one Nigeria. And I know what I'm saying. I don't believe in one Nigeria. Now, people might ask question that, if you don't believe in Nigeria, do you think that if Nigeria is separated, that things is going to work? For me, absolutely yes. It is going to work if Nigeria is separated, because What is going on in Rivers State, as I said before, is not because of Nigerian factor. Someone like Wiki, they will chase him out of Rivers State. They will beat the hair out of him. But can you do that because of Abuja? You can't do that. Because he has security, immunity, federal power covering him. But when Nigeria will be separated into tribes and nations, when I mean nations, like your particular tribe, the same language, the same, if someone fuck up, you people will just treat the fuck up easily. But now everybody is protecting their teeth. Powers that be will protect each other. And I ask question again. Why is it that Nigerians are keeping quiet too much? We are keeping quiet too much. And we are suffering. All these things, we are suffering about it. But the time has come. And the time is now. There is time for everything. Nigerians have been pushed. Nigerians have been pushed. The next protest that is going to come in Nigeria, I don't know who is going to cause it. But mind you, the next protest that is going to come in Nigeria, the revolution that is going to come in Nigeria, what will trigger the revolution will not be the purpose of that revolution. Nigerian youths are now planning protests against the EFCC. The other time was NSAS. Now it's EFCC because they said EFCC is assaulting people, going to hotels, assaulting people up and down. But the big men who are, embezzling billions, they leave them. They can't do anything to them. Look at Yahya Bello. They said that embezzle money and send his children to private schools. Up till now, nobody have arrested him. Nobody have prosecuted him. They just leave everything like that. Let it be. He's a big man. He have people, he have connection. But if they see just a small boy with laptop, they will chase him, they will deal with him, they will do all sorts of things against him. That is absolutely bad. It's absolutely bad. So we Nigerians, we really have to wake up. Please, if today is your first time of joining me, kindly subscribe to my channel. And if you want to join on this conversation to tell me what you think, there is a phone number on the comment section, on the chat section. I pin it. You can use it to call me on WhatsApp and let's talk about what is going on. I am saying that Nigeria don't have the characteristics to survive. That Nigeria is not supposed to be one. I don't believe in one Nigeria. I believe in brotherhood. When I mean in brotherhood, you see like Ghanaians, the Cameroonians, Nigerians love them. You know why Nigerians love them? Because we love them because we are Africans. We are one. That is how we're supposed to be. You saw this tribe in Nigeria, Yoruba, Igbo, Edo, Hausa. Let them just separate into so many countries and they will love each other the more. This country is breeding hatred. It's breeding, I won't call it racism because it doesn't have to do with skin color, but it is bigotry. It is breeding bigotry. It is breeding everything bad you can think about. It is breeding everything bad. So this nation, Nigeria, is against the people. The presidency is against the people. Everything we are doing is against the people. And it is time for the people to ask questions. It is time for people to arise. Because these things can't continue like this. Mr. E. Collins, good morning. Welcome. Let me try to read some comments. Okay. Oma Momodu. Good morning. Bonjour. Bonjour, Momodu. So that is the situation, and it's a very sad situation. Look at the United Kingdom election, the election that happened in United Kingdom. You see, very free and fair election. Nobody was hearing where they were shooting guns, where they were, and the Labour Party, they won the election. And the Prime Minister, look at the way he just accepted defeat and takes the responsibility of the defeat. That is how, a country is supposed to be. But in Nigeria, no, you can't do that. They must shoot gun. They must snatch ballots. They must do this. They must do that. That is the situation of Nigeria. So ask yourself question before it will be too late. Are you in a country? Are we in a country? Is this country working? Why do you believe in one Nigeria? One Nigeria that is making people to be kidnapped? If not because of one Nigeria, bandits or terrorists will not be in our bushes, kidnapping people for free, collecting ransom, and government will say they don't have access to those terrorists or bandits. No. Who are they trying to deceive? For me, I don't believe in one Nigeria. Call me any day, any time, I will tell you the same thing. I don't believe in one Nigeria. And I don't think one Nigeria is going to work. So, for those of you who are asking questions that why is it that you don't talk good about Nigeria? It's not as if I don't talk good about Nigeria. If I see good things to talk about Nigeria, I'm going to talk about them. So what is the good about Nigeria? A country where nothing, absolutely nothing is working. What is good about the Nigeria? A country that have crude oil, surplus crude oil. But what they are doing is that they are importing petrol into the country. A country, they call themselves giant of Africa, but they are unable to set up a standard refinery that can refine their crude oil God has blessed them with. It is so unfortunate. And I just believe Nigeria will understand what we say sometimes. Because when we are saying it, it seems as if it is out of hatred for the nation that is making us to say it. No, it's not because of hatred. How can it happen? A country that have crude oil, they are importing fuel. It's because people are benefiting from it. When they were saying that that APC government is going to bring light, I said no, it can't happen because in Nigeria, politicians are the one importing importing generator. It's only this era of solar energy now that is going to kill the generator business. And if there is no generator in Nigeria today, give Nigeria 3 months, there will be constant power supply. Politicians who import all these things, they make sure that it will not work in Nigeria so that their business will be working. Osawengwe, good morning and welcome. He said, how is your Biafra better? Okay, I will tell you, Osawengwe, welcome, good morning. I will tell you why Arewa will be better, Oduduwa will be better, the Edos will be better, the Biafrans will be better. Any tribe that goes in their separate way, it will be better. If Edo have their own country, Benin Kingdom, let me not use Edo. If Benin Kingdom have their own country, do you think that all this rascality go to villages in Benin Kingdom now in Edo State? The bandits are kidnapping people. They are kidnapping people going to Ekmo, Ondije, Egbake, down to Oyagbo. That Odo side now is no-go area. Do you think if Benin people have their own country, they will allow that rubbish to happen? There is something that happened in Benin Kingdom. Let me tell you, Osawengwe, I'm responding to your question. How is Biafra better? I'm telling you that both Biafra, Arewa, Oduduwa, call their names, Benin Kingdom, they will be better if they have their own country, if they separate. Because all those rascality going on in Benin City will not going on. All those Fulani coming Benin to kidnap people, they can't try it if Benin have their own country. Who born you? You come to Benin Kingdom to kidnap people if Benin have their own country? And look at the most interesting thing. Egbake is Edo State, right? Yes. There were some persons that came to Egbake to kidnap people. They kidnap people, they caught them, they arrested them. They get to police station, they release them that particular day. If Benin Kingdom have their own country, we come from Abuja? How? Because Benin Kingdom will care for their own people, but Abuja don't care about you. See, the earlier people begin to think, the better. Because we are just like people who don't reason, people who don't think. there is one of my friends from Australia. So he's like, let me say he's a politician. No, he's like a politician, but he don't play politics like the kind of politics we play in Nigeria. Almost all the whole time, he's telling me that he's asking me, what is going on in your country? Why is it that news of kidnap? Is it that you people don't have government? Me, I don't have shame when it comes to that. I told him, we have a failed government. We have a failed system. We have a failed government. There is no two ways about that. We have a failed government. You see, before, I don't mind about coming to make videos, but when I am seeing what is going on in the rural areas in Nigeria, these places are the real Nigeria, or non-Lagos and Abuja. But what is going on in this rural area, they don't appear in the national news. Every kidnapping that has happened in Benin, have you seen it in Channels Television? Have you seen it in Arise News? People are dying. And people are here saying, why are you talking in this manner? How is this one going to be better? How is this one going to be better? It will be better, let me tell you. Now, another reason why it's going to be better is this. Before Europeans came to Africa, Benin Kingdom, they don't have war. They have peace in Benin Kingdom. They have riches in Benin Kingdom. The Oba of Benin look at his people like his own. If the people of Benin is suffering, meaning Oba is suffering. That is how it's supposed to be. But immediately the Europeans came, they started conquering, they did the amalgamation, which is one of the worst crimes they have ever done. After the amalgamation, people begin to suffer. People begin to fight each other. We started seeing war. We started seeing discrimination. And you don't want people to talk about this. Anyway, I think it's better I talk about it than to leave it for my children to talk about. Yeah. The best thing that will happen to Nigeria today is two things. One, if they can humbly return Nigeria, first of all, the regional government, regionalism, the way we were before, where each region will control their resources, control their security, control everything. Imagine if Benin is controlling their security. As I speak to you, those people they kidnapped yesterday in Benin, they will not kidnap. It will be minimal. I didn't say that there is no crime in the whole country, but it will reduce because your people know themselves. But now, even when there is a bill going on in the Senate to stop the cattle grazing, people are standing on Senate floor and trying to give cow rights, human rights, that they can move everywhere they like. If Benin Kingdom have their own country, will it happen? So, Osenwigwe, I think I answer your question. You say shut up and deal with your bad behavior. I don't know the kind of bad behavior you are talking about. Please, if you notice any bad behavior, correct me. As you see me, I am someone that is so flexible. So when you tell me the bad behavior, I think I will change because everyone wants to change. Everyone wants to get better. But how does my bad behavior stop your people they are kidnapping? How does my bad behavior stop APC from taking your state, Edo State? Tinubu made a bold statement last week. He says, I am going to return Edo State to APC. And you people think that it's a joke. You see this case that is happening with Aswe, what is his name, the PDP gubernatorial candidate. You people don't even know what is happening. PDP will not have a candidate in Edo State come November. Take it to the bank. Osamwigwe, you are the one I'm talking to. PDP will not have a candidate in Edo State. They are going to play you people game. You will understand what we are talking about. They will remove you people from the ballot. Is it not this case that court has started entering? And this is November is coming. PDP has gone to appeal. Maybe if PDP in the appeal court now, maybe appeal court will still want it, they'll go to Supreme Court. Before you know, November is here, election is here. INEC will say because of all these things, we can't accept PDP in the ballot. It happened in Bayelsa where they removed APC in the band at that time. It is going to happen in Edo State. So what you are saying about deal with your bad behavior, how is it affecting all these things? The fuel is expensive now. The fuel is expensive, food stuff expensive, everything expensive. Is it bad behavior that is causing it? Any slave that did not rebel or that does not rebel doesn't deserve pity. If you're a slave and you are not rebelling, you don't deserve pity because you don't expect people to come and tell you that you are a slave. If you are not a slave, you will rebel against someone who is trying to enslave you. So if people have a slave mentality to remain slave as a slave forever, it is your business. But do not recruit people into your ignorance. Do not recruit people into your slavery. It is not going to happen because people don't have the same mentality. Mangadi, good morning. Say too corrupt. William Okoro, good morning. Say good morning, bros. Thank you for the good work you are doing. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Good morning, watching from Zambia. Joyce, good morning. Hi, Zambia. Zambia is a beautiful country, with their seasides all around. I wish I can visit Zambia one day. Thank you so much for joining in. So what I'm saying is that Chidera Victor, good morning. Say this country na everyday wahanda. Everyday wahanda, but people are still supporting the wahanda. People don't want you to talk about the wahanda. People don't want you to talk about all those things. But I believe that one day all this thing is going to be over. I appreciate the people of Kenya. I appreciate their youth. I appreciate everything they are doing. I can see the victory of Kenyan youth. Apart from stopping the bill, the finance bill that triggers the revolution that is going on in Kenya, the president scrapped the office of the first lady. That is a very good victory for the youth. So many things were scrapped down. The appointment into cabinets were reduced by 40%. That is how it's supposed to work. But how can it work in Nigeria? Somebody who is even suffering, somebody who don't even know his rights, will come and start talking against you because you are trying to tell them the right thing they are supposed to do. If Nigerians know the meaning of citizenship, what it means to be a citizen of a country, within 1 week there will be a revolution in Nigeria. Nothing they work for Nigeria. Absolutely nothing. If you give me good things that is going on, please write it on the comment section. Tell me good things that is going on in Nigeria, and let us start talking about good things that is going on, please. Just write it on the comment section. Tell me the good things going on in Nigeria. Let's start talking about the good things. Write it on the comment section. Tell me this is the good thing, this is the good thing. Let us just start talking about it. I want to talk about the good things. Write it on the comment section. Let's talk about it. But don't write that your brother was kidnapped. Don't write that there is hunger in the land. If that is what you people want. It is well. Chidera Victor said they should give us job opportunity. Who do you want to give you job opportunity? They don't mind creating jobs because their children are not in Nigeria. They take your money, they send their children abroad. So when their children finish abroad, their children will get job opportunity abroad. Their children will get work abroad. So it doesn't concern them. So they are not interested in creating job opportunity because of this. God day, good morning, welcome. God day, a job organ. He said, keep giving us the update. I'm your big fan from Germany. How is Germany, sir? Welcome. Thank you so much for your support. Chidera Victor said, a lot of youths out there, no jobs, no good schooling system. We just they suffer for here. Absolutely. Normally, we are not supposed to wait for government to give us job. If we have a good system, just imagine if Nigeria have 247 electricity, we have good roads, we have good grants. When I mean grants, loan. You as a citizen, you want to start a business, you are not supposed to be running up and down. You go to the Nigerian bank, that is the Central Bank of Nigeria. When you go to Central Bank, You as a citizen, you want to start up business, they're supposed to give you money. You start up business, very soft loan, or give you money without loan self. That is how it's supposed to be. But things has gone wrong right from on time. The reason why I'm saying this is because I don't want you to keep bowing down to someone who is making you to suffer. Someone who is making you to suffer, someone will embezzle your money, embezzle everything, and the person will just tie 1 kilometer of road in your area. All the women in those areas, they will tie wrapper, begin to clap for them. The person that bewitched us, it will not be well with the person. They will manage to take billions of naira and they will renovate the primary school. They will be clapping for them. They will give them chieftaincy title. Wake up. It is time for us to wake up. We are playing. If you go abroad, you see houses, properties of Nigerian politicians. Go abroad and see their properties everywhere. If you tell them that your country is poor, Nigeria is poor, they'll be laughing at you. Because some of the restaurants in abroad, you are telling a worker that your country is poor. But on all those restaurants you are seeing, your politician bought it. They are working under your people. You are telling them you are poor. How would they believe you? If you talk, they will tell you to keep quiet. Keep quiet. Until you discover that you are suffering. When you are not supposed to suffer, you will not rise. Maybe Nigeria need to suffer more. Maybe Nigeria need more pain. Maybe Nigeria need more torture. Maybe they need more serious thing before they can arise. I think so. See, I believe that Nigeria must be pushed to a certain point before they will arise. Because now, as far as I'm concerned, we are still playing. Victor Chidera says, you can't start from nothing in this country. My advice is, if you see way come out for Nigeria, run. Mr. Victor, let me tell you the truth. Normally, running abroad is not a solution before. It's just because Nigeria is not working. That is the problem. If not, Nigeria is supposed to be a beautiful place, rich, where foreigners, all these Europeans, Americans, supposed to come for their greener pasture. South Africans don't like traveling. You know why? Because they have the money. Their government is working. When I mean they have the money, it's not because they are too rich. Their currency even still have value. If 1 naira is up to $1, you will not travel, because if you travel, you can't even buy one land or buy one car in Nigeria. These are the things. But they have, scattered our naira. They looted our foreign reserve. Our currency is now down. A lot of bad things has happened. All this why. So Nigeria need to wake up, because things are bad. If $1 is to 1 naira, just imagine you having 10,000. You already have $10,000. You can buy a car. So many cars that were bought, like Peugeot, Volkswagen, they were bought with 1,500, 3,000 naira. And that time, salary was 700, and new Peugeot was 1,500. In other words, your 2-month salary can buy a car. But now, can your 1-month salary or even 1 year salary, can they buy a car now? $1 is 1,500 now. David Mungai, good morning, welcome. He said, Kenyans are waking up. Wake up, Nigeria. I believe that one day Nigeria is going to wake up, because this suffering has to increase to a certain extent before Nigeria will wake up. Nigeria likes suffering so much. They like suffering too much. If you even complain, they will tell you, keep quiet. Yes, Nigerians like suffering too much. But that suffering will get to their throats, where they can't breathe again. Then they will explode. And that time it will be even more worse than what we are seeing in Kenya. Maybe what is going on in Kenya is like a practice. what will come to Nigeria will be worse than that. Chidera Victor says $1 is 1,500. Who does these things? I beg. That is the problem. At the time, Naira was above dollar. Ask me what changed in Nigeria. What changed that the currency now go to 1,500? What changed? It's absolutely a very, very bad thing to know that Nigeria is not working and people want to force it together. And lastly, what I'm going to say is that, you see, most of the boundaries we have in Nigeria, they are not God-made boundaries. They are not natural boundaries. We have artificial boundary in Nigeria, and people are trying to kill people to keep artificial boundary. That is absolutely wrong. You can't kill people to keep artificial boundary. I read history, and I like reading history a lot, because history will teach you what is going on today and what will happen tomorrow. Nigeria don't used to have war before amalgamation. They don't used to have crisis like this before the amalgamation. That is not Nigeria. When I mean Nigeria, this geographical area they are calling Nigeria now, they don't used to have problem like that. They were living in peace. They love each other. If they even enter your territory, they do things. How I wish we can even go back to the olden days. We can go back to all this monarch system, monarchy, do things normal, because Nigeria is not normal. Nigeria is not normal. So, up till now, I didn't see anyone who is writing what is good about Nigeria. I wanted us to talk about what is good about Nigeria, but it seems as if no one is writing. Tell me what is good about Nigeria, so that we can talk about it together. What is good about Nigeria? Please tell me before we come to the end of this program. Just tell me, please, what is good about Nigeria? When you tell me what is good about Nigeria, we'll talk about it, and we'll close this live streaming. But if you don't have what is good about in Nigeria, okay, let's hear from Victor. Victor is saying, when I was younger, I think say by now, I for don't settle down. See me as at 25 under my father's roof. The country keeps bringing down our hopes. Now to buy private jet and attend celebrity weddings. It is well. Chidera Victor, which state are you from, please? Which state are you from? And I just want to know. And I know it's not easy. You say you are 25, sit under your father's roof. You know one thing, it is not a bad thing. You know, you still have a very good future. Keep on pushing. You see, when you give up, you fuck up. Just keep on pushing. No matter what is going on, keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. Don't let anything to demoralize you. Don't let anything to take your motivation away from you. Say nothing is good about Nigeria except fufu and egusi soup. You even see egusi soup and fufu chop. You have not answered my question. I say, where are you from? I mean the states you are from. You even see egusi soup and fufu chop. So many people can't even afford egusi soup. So many people can't afford the fufu. So don't go there. Nnamdi Amadi, good morning. Welcome. You say Nigeria cannot wake up because there is nothing like Nigeria. We have ethnic groups with diverse ideologies and way of life. The earlier we realize this, the better for everyone in the contraption. We have ethnic groups, diverse ethnic groups. With diverse ideology. What you said, Nnamdi Amadi, is very, very correct. It's very, very correct. Very, very correct. Okay. Mr. Victor, how is Plateau State Jos? What is going on in Jos? What about the insecurity situation in Jos? I hope the government over there, the new state governor, is bringing it under control, because there have been a lot of insecurity situation in Plateau State. right from what happened in December was night period. It was that was so pathetic. It was so sad. So please tell me what is going on in Plateau State. How is the security situation? Bijo 004, good morning, welcome. Say dangerous diversity. Yeah. Diversity is not people's strength. Diversity, if not control, is very dangerous. And that is what we're having in Nigeria. We're having a dangerous diversity in Nigeria. That is why things can't work. You have people who can wear trousers, people who cannot wear trousers. Some people can drink beer, some people can't drink beer. And the revenue from beer will be shared to even people who don't drink beer. People, if they see beer in their state, they will destroy the bottle of the beer. They will destroy the bottle. But the revenue from the beer, the money from the beer, they will continue to eat it. Dangerous diversity. You can't do some things if you just do. We have dangerous diversity in Nigeria, and it's not our strength. I am of the opinion that one Nigeria can't work. It can't. That is my opinion. One Nigeria can't work. Wow. Gode Ejoboga, good morning. Ejoboga, all right, the name is now pronounced well. Gode Ejoboga, welcome. He said, in 1984, I got admission to study criminal justice in Alabama State University. My tuition and accommodation fee was $1,000 US. Is it 1,000? Okay, $10,000 US, which was equivalent to 6,500 naira. To tell how things has changed. I think people need to understand what you are saying, Mr. Gode. In 1984, he said he got admission into Alabama State University, that is in the United States, and his tuition fee and accommodation was $10,000 US, which was equivalent to 6,500 naira. 6,500. So with 6,500, you can afford your accommodation and your school fees in the US. Please, I think let them divide this country. They should divide this country. You see, the good old days, you see, one of my pain is that all these politicians, some of them, they went to free school. During the time of Andy, you have Andy Biro, Andy Pencil, free education in Nigeria at all levels at a time. These people benefited from free school, but it reached their turn. They embezzle the money. They use it to send their children out, and they can't even give you. You do not request free school now, but they can't even give you good one. Talk less of free one. If you see good one, you thank God. Not even free one. Namde says that the problem would have been easier to manage if the Fulanese is not part of that contraption. They are the problem. I have a little misunderstanding with that suggestion. That Fulanese are the problem. They might be one of the problem, but they are not the problem. The problem are Yorubas, the Hausas, the Igbos, the Edos, the Deltas, who are, you see, these politicians, at that top level, they are one. Me and you, we are the victims, so either you are Yoruba, you are Edo, you are, that is why sometimes I try to talk senses into people to understand that this fight we are fighting each other on social media. If you come to comment section, sometimes you will see this one will be against this one, Yoruba will be against Hausa will be. We don't need it. We all are the victims. When it comes to this level, me and you will be victim. Now we they suffer waiting all these people they do. We are the ones suffering. So the only thing I want us to do is if the masses can unite and fight their common enemy. Our common enemy are the politicians. This is a hard reality we must believe. That Fundani man, that Hausa man, that Yoruba man, that Igbo man, that Bini man, Ejo man, Ibibi, TV, all of them, They are not your problem. The problem are the politicians. At that level, you are thinking that, Atiku and Tinubu is not in the same party, with Pitobi is not in the same party, with Kwakwanso, they are not in the same party. When they come to that level, they are one. When they come to that level, they are one. It go shock you. You'll be fighting, hey, this man is not for my tribe, you'll be fighting. But they will go inside room, they will shake hands. Long time ago, I said I won't even fight for any politician. But if they will do election again, if election comes, I will participate and support the best candidate among the people who are running. Not because they can change the whole problem in Nigeria. So that is what I believe about. I respect your opinion, and I believe that your opinion is right to a certain extent. But people are sponsoring them. Even all these people who are rearing cattle, from one state to the another, the owners of the cattle are in the Senate there. That is what I'm saying. The owner of the cattle are in the Senate there. The owner of the cattle who are giving them gum are over there. That is the problem. Mr. Chidera Victor says, just is peaceful at the moment. Any insecurity in that too is usually political. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. Barian, Abina Barian says, shout out watching from the Philippines, sir. Good morning. I don't know the time in Philippines. I think it should be afternoon in Philippines. Good morning. Nnamdi Amadi say the flight ticket to the USA as at 1984 was 247 naira. Do you hear that? Just imagine 247 naira. Everyone watching me, if you are from Nigeria, you have 247 naira. In other words, as at this year, 1984, that Mr. Nnamdi traveled to United States of America, the plane ticket was 247 naira. You have the money to travel to US, but now you don't have it. But your politicians still have it. Because they are leveraging on you, on your prosperity, on your destiny. They are eating what belongs to you. Mr. Chidera say how person go dey pay 160k as tuition fee for federal university where person wan see food. Are you schooling in Jos, sir? Later, kindly write me on my WhatsApp. Let's talk about it. If you are going to school, you are talking about your tuition fee, because I can't forget my experience. In one semester, I didn't see money to pay my school fees when I was in higher institution. And you know how painful it is. As a citizen of a country, you did not pay your school fees and you were prevented not to write exam. But that do not stop me. I repeated that year and I furthered on before I graduated. So I didn't allow that to stop me. But in 1 year, I could not afford my school fees because I was the one training myself. So everyone have stories, and if I see people who are still in high institution and I see what they are going through, I reflect back about what I went through. So it's not easy anyway. Mr. Nnamdi saying local flight was 49 naira from Lagos to Enugu. And today now, local flight is about 300, 400, 500,000. Local flight is 200 and something thousand. The least, 150,000, 100,000, compared to 49 naira from Lagos to Enugu. And people don't still understand that something is wrong with this Nigeria. People don't still understand. So it is sad that our generation has to go through this. It is sad, but we still have power to change things. Just Abuja used to be 1,500, now 9,000. And they say that is the problem. The masses cannot and will never unite because our culture, way of life, and ideology is not the same. And that is enough reason why I am saying that Nigeria is not supposed to be one. And I don't believe in one Nigeria. BJ004 says Fulani is not the problem. The problem is the forced amalgamation of the peoples of different culture, religion, tribe, etc. Our togetherness is not organic. Our common enemy is Britain. Thumbs up for you, BJ004. What you said is absolutely true. It's the same thing with the idea I have. Chidra Victor say 247 naira is not enough to sow gari with milk and granite now. It is well. You see, the problem is that Nigerians are hardworking people. They're supposed to farm. But because of all these terrorists that are kidnapping people in the bush, that is the problem. But God have mercy on us. BJ004 say, a British citizen was kidnapped. Nnamdi Kanu, Britain said nothing. They are the ones pulling the strings and advising the Fundani. Oyibo man cheat us well. It is well. Well, Oyibo man do this, Oyibo man do that. Now it is our turn to do. It is our turn. Since they have caused us harm, we are not going to cause ourselves harm. So we are going to try our best to protect our interests. We're going to try our best and protect our interests. Danny Bob Boy says Nigeria is currently in turmoil and things are not working well, but I don't think that is enough to call to disintegrate as a nation. I think it's better we come together and face our problem. Yes, I like your idea, what you said, Danny Bob Boys. Good morning, welcome. I like what you said. It's not as if nobody wants a working nation. But before I begin to talk like this, I have studied a lot of history about Nigeria. Nigeria is a country that could be termed as a business center. If you study the history of Nigeria, you will not breathe up and down before you say that Nigeria is not going to work. See, when we are talking about the disintegration of Nigeria, why Nigeria should separate in peace, it's not because we don't mean well for the people. We are the one that are patriotic. If you are patriotic, you can't hear that as of yesterday alone, if we go through the whole newspaper, do investigation, more than 100 died through terrorism yesterday. And it is happening every day. So when people are talking about, let us face the problem, which problem are you going to face? Which problem? Do you know the problem you are going to face? It's just like when you said Russia and USA should become one country. It can't work. Or China and USA should become one country. You amalgamate China and USA. Every blessed day there will be war. Because the communists and the democratic, they can't work together. That is Nigeria. Now, Americans go to China, China come to America, at least to a certain point, they live in peace. But if you amalgamate them, every blessed day there will be war. Because they were not created to live together. You understand? They were not created to live together. BJ004 said that Nigeria was once called the Royal Niger Company. It is a business whose shareholders and the shadows. Nation building is not part of the business at all. Nation building is not part of the business, because if it is part of the business, what is going on in Nigeria today will not be going on at all. Shedra Victor said, growing up, we were the leaders of tomorrow, so they told our parents to. Now we are in the tomorrow, leaders of yesterday, yet leaders. That is so unfortunate anyway. You know, it's so unfortunate because people see all these things, people hear all these things, and we think that all these things are normal thing. They are not normal. They are not normal thing at all. Ejeboga says Nigeria Airways from Lagos to Benin was 11 naira, and luxurious bus Ekene Dinichuku from Lagos to Benin was 1 naira. There was a country. There was a country. Anyway, I'm just trying to make people to understand what I'm saying. You know, people think that when I mean I don't believe in one Nigeria, you are very wrong, you are very bad, you don't mean one for Nigeria. The way Nigeria is, if it is UK, they could have divided in peace. The UK that is trying to make the United Kingdom that is trying to make Nigeria to be one. UK is not one of. Wales is different from the Ireland. The Ireland is different from what is it called? There are 4, and the Great Britain, and you have United Kingdom of Great Britain as one. So these people are not one. We have the Wales, we have the Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland. There are 4 like that. Someone should remind me if you see understand. But what I'm trying to say is that Great Britain, they try to separate themselves. All these countries I'm calling for you, they are in the United Kingdom, but they are not in one country. They have different passports, different laws together, but they want you to be one. They still keep their monarch. They respect, see, the Queen of England, the power of that woman, they still keep it. But your obas, your obese, they use democracy to take their power, and they do not recognize them again. And you think that country is going to work? I don't know how some Nigerians even think sometimes. How can it work? BJ004 says the amalgamation is a classic divide and conquer strategy. From the kiosks, they steal the resources without caring for human lives. And it's still happening up to today. Danny Boy said, but countries that were worse than the current Nigeria in terms of complexity, but they managed to settle differences and come to one ideology. Please, can you tell me one? Danny Boyce is saying that there are some countries that have different diversity, then later they come to one. I don't know anyone. Please, can you educate me? I don't know. Because as far as I'm concerned, the former Soviet Union divided into 7 countries. Hear me and hear me well. The former Soviet Union divided into 7 countries before they started having peace little by little. The Dutch countries, when you talk about Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Belgium, the Netherlands, that is the Holland, all these countries, they speak one language, the Dutch, including Germany. But because of slight ideology, they divide. There is nowhere in the world where diversity is their strength. Nowhere. Tell me countries that is diverse as Nigeria. Tell me countries that practice the kind of democracy that Nigeria practice. America don't practice the kind of democracy Nigeria practice. The federal government in America, they have their own police. The state have their own police. Even to the local government council, they call it the county. People from America will understand better what I'm saying. They have their own police, like community policing. But in Nigeria, we call ourselves democracy. We are in which kind of democracy? There is no country in the world that is diverse as Nigeria. Do you know, my brother, Danny Boys, do you know that Nigeria have 2 separate constitutions existing in one country? It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. It happens only in Nigeria. Or you don't understand the meaning of Sharia law? You don't understand the meaning of Sharia court? You don't understand the meaning of Sharia police? That can even stop you. If you are carrying beer, they will destroy it. And Nigerian constitution is not against it. I hope you people do sit and think. I hope you people are studying this Nigeria. Do you know the country you are in? The country that practice two law? If you don't talk well about something, they will charge you for blasphemy. They will kill you. Nobody will talk about it. This country. I hope you people are thinking. I hope you people are sitting down studying Nigeria. Nigeria have two constitutions. They can sentence you to death, not from Nigeria constitution, their own constitution. They have their own court. They are not going to try you in Nigerian court. They will take you to Sharia court. I'm not against that. What I'm saying is that this thing is supposed to be in a different country. If you want to practice Sharia, no problem. Go to your country and practice it. Not bringing it into a country that is democratic as Nigeria. We have two constitutions. And people don't see, let me tell you, so many people who defend one Nigeria don't know what is going on in Nigeria. They don't know. They don't know that someone who formed Boko Haram, Ademodo Sharif, former governor of Borno State and handed over to Kashem Shettima, they don't know that the man is still working freely. Why Boko Haram has destroyed Nigeria? The man who formed it is working freely, still receiving pension as a former governor. He was arrested in Cameroon for forming Boko Haram after he was accused by Fandana, senior advocate of Nigeria, and so many international communities. Nigeria government still put a court for them to release him. September 15, 2021, I repeat, September 15, 2021, United Arab Emirates released the name of 6 persons who are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. Up till now, the federal government swept it under the carpet. Before you talk about Nigeria, I hope you know the country you are talking about. I hope you know the country you are talking about. Well, I believe that so many people don't know about the country they are in. They don't know. You don't know Nigeria. You might be a graduate from this country, yet you don't know Nigeria. Do you know that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, you don't need to go to Nigeria school to become Chief Justice? You can read Islamic law. Don't read Nigerian law. Quote me anywhere. Go and verify what I'm saying. Don't read Nigerian law. Don't read Nigerian constitution. Just read Islamic constitution. You are also qualified to become a Nigeria Chief Justice. I hope you know the country you are. I'm asking this question because people don't know. I hope you know the country you are. In this country, the cabal you are hearing is not only people in power. There are about 60 people who are holding Nigeria ransom. About 60 people holding more than 200 million people ransom. Only 60. I have their names. One of them died not quite long. That was last 2 years, right? One of them died in the last 2 years. About 60 people are holding this nation ransom. You can't talk. If you do anything, they keep. Dangote build refinery. Dangote have never used any crude oil from Nigeria. Dangote is exporting fuel because these people, Kaba, they say no. Because they have their business of exporting Nigeria oil and bringing fuel from another country. If they give Dangote, their business will spoil. Dangote is now crying. If Nigeria happened to you, I hope you people know what you are talking when you talk about one Nigeria. I'm not against what anybody is saying, no. So I just pray you know what you are saying. Let me read some comments. BJ004 says, there was a time Nigerians came together organically. That was when Nigerians switched from right-hand drive to left. Oh, Chooks Osuji, good morning, welcome. Say, how should Nigeria be divided? How should Nigeria be divided? That is a very good question. Like there is a bill in the National Assembly. I am a Democrat. I love peace. I love understanding. It doesn't take much for Nigeria to divide or to go to regional government. It's all about amending the constitution and let it happen. First of all, if you want to ask, how should Nigeria be divided? Ask yourself, how Okay, let me put I don't want to use the regulatory words. I'm sorry for that. First of all, ask yourself, how do they manage to bring us together? If you are asking, how should we divide? How do they manage to bring us together? We were not together from the beginning before amalgamation took place. And after the amalgamation, after independence, we were in regions before all these things started happening. So what I'm trying to say is that it is ripe. I saw so many people from the House of Representatives like Ugo Chiri, Imo Ikenga, all those vibrant young men in the House of Rep and Senate. They are trying their best, but they are fighting for the wrong thing. They are fighting for the wrong thing. Every day they are crying, this is not democracy. We want to make things work. If I look at them, I say, oh, these people have the passion, but they are fighting for the wrong thing. The only thing they're supposed to fight for now is for them to amend the constitution to allow everybody to go in their separate ways. Or first of all, return Nigeria to region. The reason why I keep on hammering on division or putting Nigeria into region is that if Nigeria is into region, if Nigeria has their own regional security and all those things, what is going on about insecurity will not happen. Believe me, it is because of insecurity many people abroad has not come to Nigeria. It is because of insecurity that farmers are not going to farm. If we have all this regional security, it won't happen. So that is it. BJOO for thank you. Wales, England, Northern Ireland, yeah, and Scotland, yeah, and Scotland. Thank you very much for reminding me. Mr. Felix, good morning, welcome. You say, could you let me know when you are on live, please? Okay. All right. I will always post it on my community tab. Anytime I'm coming on live, I will post it there that I will go to live so time. I will be letting you know, but it's always from midnight, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Nigerian time in the midnight. Mr. Kofi, good morning. Welcome. Mr. Kofi is saying, if you don't know your subject, don't come and waste your time. That is a strong word. Mr. Ken said, I don't believe in one Nigeria. Let everyone go their separate ways. Yeah. Danny Boy says, like Russia, yeah. Mr. Victor said, dividing Nigeria will just lead to a lot of unnecessary loss of life. No, I'm not talking about going to war. Nobody even want to go to war now, but there are so many ways. When they bring us together, it was when they are trying to keep us together in a wrong way that they fought the civil war they fought before. But what I'm trying to say is that if truly we say that, oh, this thing is not working, let us divide. The bill is already in the National Assembly to return Nigeria into regions. It's already in the National Assembly. So if we know what we are doing, it is possible. Very, very possible. We can do this in a democratic way. Mr. Andrew, good morning. He say, Nigeria cannot work. I need Yoruba nation. We can't be Nigeria, or we go for regional government. Exactly. Okay. The late Ondo State Governor, Akeredolu, who supported the Amotokun, I don't know whether I pronounce it well, who supported the Amotokun to start, protecting the Yoruba land against all these bandits that are kidnapping, all these terrorists. Before he went out, before he passed on, a lot of people criticized him because he was funding Amotokun, doing all those things, buying them guns, buying them cars. But you know what? If Yoruba people have their own country, nobody dare eat a foreigner. You say you are a Fulani bandits, or you say you are a terrorist, you invade the Yoruba land to carry out kidnapping, they will flush you out. They never born you well. But because of this Nigerian factor, if you want to do that, people from the north will say you are trying to chase them out. They have the right to stay there. But not with gun now. You have the right to stay there, but not with gun, not in the forest. These are one Nigeria factor that I'm saying. I just believe people will understand what I'm saying. If Yoruba have their own country, it can't happen. It can't happen. It won't happen. There is no way it will happen. So that is it. Sachiro Vite say Nigeria can work as one. Now this year leaders, they want us for their profit and that of their children. And you think it's only Nigeria government alone? You have not studied Nigeria. When you study Nigeria, you will understand what is going on in Nigeria. Say Nigeria want that to BJ for say the CJN was an Islamic scholar, never went to any law school. Yes, the Chief Justice of Nigeria did not go to Nigeria school. He did not read he didn't study Nigeria Constitution. So what will make such a person not to turn justice up and down? I just pray you people should go and understand Nigeria. This Nigeria we all are trying to say, let us carry it on our head, let Nigeria work, let us find how we are going to do it. If you know this country, you won't even say that you want Nigeria again. You won't say it at all. When the Chief Justice of a country didn't go to Nigerian law school. He just go to Islamic school. He have Islamic, like all this Sharia certificate. And he was appointed to become the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Where does it happen? Which country? Which country? Which country? So, this way. Mr. Green, good morning, welcome. He says 70 years ago, no place called Nigeria. Of course, 70 years ago, there is no place called Nigeria. So if your grandmother is now 70 years, or if your grandfather is now 70 years, they were never Nigeria before. You understand the logic. If your grandmom is 70 years, or your grandfather, or even your father or your mother is 70 years, or even you, if you are 70 years, at a time, you were not a Nigerian. So who were you? Your fathers were not Nigeria. So we find ourselves in this place called Nigeria. Now it's not our fault. The problem, my own take is that this thing is not working. It's not working. Let's stop pretending and tell ourselves the truth. Mr. Gode says, Cry the Beloved Country was a literature textbook. I read in school, little did we know then that the author was a prophet. Today, we cry Nigeria. I didn't read that book anyway. Cry the Beloved Country. I will look for it. Where can I see it, Mr. Gode? Cry the Beloved Country. Chidi Rabi to say refinery when they go put fire. When they go put fire. Yeah, part of the Dangote refinery got fire the other day. Danny Boy says we can exist as a country with different entities under one central body or authority like Russia, Belarus, Croatia, and other Balkan and SRAV countries. Yes, my brother Danny Boys. I think so. I think Nigeria can live in regions, confederation, where power will be separated, remove power from this presidency, remove power from all these things. I believe it will work like that. I believe. But this particular one, that is what I mean by one Nigeria. That is why I said I don't believe in one Nigeria. If you return Nigeria to regional government, meaning it's no longer one Nigeria, it becomes a decentralized Nigeria. So I want people to understand what I'm saying. If you return Nigeria to regional government today, it's no longer one Nigeria. It becomes a decentralized Nigeria or confederated Nigeria. So that is the only thing I know that is going to work. It's either decentralized or confederated. Anything apart from these two is not going to work. Other Isaac, good morning and welcome. Say, can Nigeria be good again? Nigeria can be good in two situations or in two conditions. That is my own opinion. Either we return to regional government or we go in our separate ways. That is what I believe that we make Nigeria to work again. Deji Akimbode, good morning. He said, Biafra fraud. Oh, please, my brother, you need to drop that mentality, You see, like what I was just saying, Yoruba people, Hausa people, Fundani people, Igbo people, we are not the problem. We are the masses. We are the victims. These politicians, they have leverage on us to get whatever they want. They get to get the power, to get the money they have. We are the poor masses suffering. So we should understand ourselves. So I don't want a situation where people will come out and begin to curse each other and so on and so forth. No, it's not important, or using derogatory words against your fellow suffering mates. Allow me to use that word, suffering mate. Suffering mate. Because we are suffering mates in this Nigeria. I don't hate anybody from each tribe. I hate our leaders who connive with all these Western people to keep us where we are today, who will get to power and use military and use everything against us. My fellow Igbo man, Hausa man, Yoruba man is not my problem at all. But all these Igbo politicians, Yoruba politicians, Hausa politicians, all of them, they have their own class. They are our problem. So, Mr. Deji, try to rethink about what I'm telling you. There is no need of dropping Biafra in mine on the comment section. We need to see, this is the reason why revolution can't happen in Nigeria. Because we don't understand our problem. We don't understand our problem. We think that, that Igbo man is the problem. Is Igbo man the reason why the federal government is not paying school fees? Is Igbo man the reason why the federal government is not paying minimum wage? The fuel is so expensive. Bandits all over in the bush. You don't know your problem. When we know our problem, we can begin to talk about solution to it. So please let us understand our problem first, because people are complaining without knowing their problem, meaning you are grumbling, it's not complaining. So when you know your problem, when you complain, they complain, meaning you are looking for a solution to that problem. So I believe Mr. Deji will understand what I'm saying better. Mr. Green, good morning, welcome. So we need more brilliant people in government, not rich people or powerful people. Sir, I disagree with you totally, Mr. Green. You say we need more brilliant people in the government. You see, people we have in the government, they are brilliant. It is brain to loot money. It takes brain to manipulate people. We have a bad system. I'm talking about a system. If you like, bring Angel to become president. He or she will try just a little bit because he's a good person. But the person cannot change anything. See, if you're a good person now, how can you fight insecurity in Nigeria? Tell me how. How can you fight insecurity in Nigeria? We don't even have enough soldiers. If you want to recruit, people don't want to join soldier again. How can you fight insecurity? When Goodluck Jonathan was fighting Boko Haram, the Northerners, including Muhammadu Buhari, they told him that any war against Boko Haram is a war against the North. They protected the Boko Haram. They are protecting all these people kidnapping. How can you fight insecurity? We have a system error. It's not only about having intelligent people in government. Intelligent people have failed us. According to this man, Pastor Dumeje, he says, as far as Nigeria is concerned, we all are illiterate. Because you can't say you're educated and you're in a country, nothing is working. So we all are illiterate. Oh my goodness. Sister Helen Nwafo, good morning. Thanks for joining. Thanks for your support always. Helen Nwafo. Mr. Gode said, people like Evangelist Sonny Okosun saw the present-day Nigeria when he sang Which Way Nigeria after so many years of our independence. We still find it hard to start. Absolutely, because there is nothing that have changed in Nigeria. I read this book, Why We Struck, the story of first Nigerian military coup. If you read that book, Why We Struck, you will still understand that what is going on today is not a new thing. It started since. So if after 60 years we are unable to change it, it's a system error. We can't change it any longer. We can't. So let us stop we are just denying ourselves what we are supposed to know and what we are supposed to do. It's not good to pretend, though. As far as I'm concerned, we all in Nigeria, we are pretending, and it's not good to pretend. So let us stop the pretense. Andrew Omotori says, why regional government will not be possible in Nigeria? The so-called cabal will not let it work. The best way is let us divide. I think regional, if they put pressure, regional government will work if people put pressure. That Nibo boy says, what if we go out separate and the same problem will exist in our separate country? Now, let me tell you something. People have been asking me this question. What about if Nigeria go in their separate way and this problem still continue? Number one, it will be very easy to be tackled. Very, very easy. Now, if, for example, I am from Delta State, in my community in Delta State, there were kidnappers and rampage. Kidnappers were everywhere. These people, when they came, they said they are looking for jobs. All these people, many of them from the north, they started taking them to job to help the elderly people. After they know the whole bushes, kidnapping started. You know how we solve the problem? We solve the problem not help from the government. We solve the problem by ourselves. The community, they did what they did. They solved the problem by themselves. Traditionally, they were even making sure that people take the traditional medicines that if you shoot them gun, it will not enter, for them to be able to defeat the bandits. They did it in their own way. Just imagine that my community, if it is just one country, you won't see anything like security there. They're not born you. Me, you can't kidnap. They're not born you well. They're not born you well. So that is the importance of when you separate from these people. There are some communities, they don't even bother to call police again. Because if they call police, those bandits will be rescued. Those terrorists, they will free them. People who are kidnapping, when they call police for them and arrest them, after capturing them, police will free them. You know what they do? If they catch them, they can't set fire on them. They take justice to their hands because the center is not working. So tell me, if that community, that nation, if they have their own country, do you think insecurity will exist there? People don't know the danger of insecurity. We are just here, we don't know the danger. People are crying that food is expensive this year or commodities are expensive. No, it's not expensive. People planted last year and they're harvesting this year, so it's expensive and little. But next year, you will have your money, you won't have food because people are not planting. You see, forget about all these cities or Lagos. So the food that Nigeria eat normally comes from the village, the rural area where they farm. They are no longer farming. So watch out what is going to happen next year. What are we going to eat? Your money can't solve the problem, and that will lead people to the streets. So what are we talking about? This country, if it can't work to the interest of the people, then why is it called a country? There is nothing like nation without the people. The people are the nation. The earlier you understand it, the better. Just like when the Christians, if they hear church, they will think that the building is the church. No, the church is you. You are the church. So that is what nation is. You are the nation. There is nowhere or nobody called Nigeria without Nigerians. You can't call Nigeria without Nigerians. So if the Nigeria you are calling is killing Nigerians, then Nigerians have to do something. So I believe I answer your question, Danny Bob Boys. BJ004 said, Mr. Deji, Igbo people have a right to call for secession. Of course they have. Chidi Ravita said, no man that okay. Okay, Uju said you are right. Good morning, okay, you welcome. BJ004 said, Brendan people in government. We had Obasanjo who did a glimpse of good but was promptly stopped. JEJ tried his best, but nothing. So that is it. I believe that we really have to understand this. But you see the problem, and this is where I'm going to stop. The problem is that the politician knows that Nigeria is not working. They know more than you that he's trying to defend them. They know that Nigeria is not working. That is why their children cannot go to the school you are going. They know Nigeria is not working. That is why their children cannot go to the hospital you are going. They know Nigeria is not working. That is why their investment, they convert it to dollar and send it abroad. They know Nigeria is not working. But you that don't know anything, you are here trying to fight for them. You are here trying to drag. Who asked you to say that? Why are you saying this? But the people you are saying on their behalf, they know that it's not working. If it is working, why would Tinubu go to abroad, go to France for medical checkup? A whole giant of Africa don't have a hospital that the president will take treatment. Know what they think? A whole Nigeria don't have a hospital where Tinubu can treat himself. Nigeria don't have it. All the senators, all of them have doctors abroad. What happens to your doctor? What happened to your graduates? And when they still get to abroad, they will meet Nigerian doctors there. The problem is not you. The problem is them. So we must understand that this is our problem and it can't continue like this. And when I say I don't believe in one Nigeria, I am not the first person that said it. In the 1999, I have the newspaper. Okay, it's in my cupboard. I have the newspaper. Tinubu said, I don't believe in one Nigeria when he came from exile. He said he don't believe in one Nigeria. So what led him to believing in Nigeria that led him to be in this position, if not because of greed? It is my turn. I just want to be there, not because I know how to solve the problem, not because I know how to settle the situation or the insecurity or the economy, but it is my turn. Let me just go there and do what I want to do. Let me read some comments. Adeyemi, good morning. He said, what can we do to free ourselves in this slavery nation? What can we do to free ourselves? What we can do to free ourselves is, first of all, to understand that any slave that does not rebel does not deserve pity. Constitution made it possible for protest to be, a fundamental human right. If we talk in one voice, we can make this thing happen. But the problem is that we are not talking in one voice. We are talking in one voice. Before a revolution can happen, people must speak in one voice. It starts by speaking up. Let people speak up. And when everybody speaks as one, the force will come and it will happen. But we are not speaking in one voice. That is the problem. Mr. Goris said they will never allow regional government to come. More than 3 to 4 of the oil well in Niger Delta area belongs to the Northerners. They wouldn't want to lose the grip. That is a problem. That is a problem. But I believe that if time comes, there is time for everything. No, there is time for everything. When the time comes, nobody will stop it. When the time comes, nobody born of a man that will stop it. So when the time comes, people will understand. BJO4 says, the BAT also said he doesn't believe in one Nigeria. Yes, that is what I'm saying, that if people hear that, Okocha say he don't believe in one Nigeria, Okocha is trying to, no, Tinubu self don't believe in one Nigeria. Your president, he don't believe it. If he believe in one Nigeria, he will not come out on the national newspaper or television to say, I don't believe in one Nigeria. Tinubu says so. So you are not hearing it from me first. And I'm telling you that these people don't believe in Nigeria. That is why they don't allow their children to go to Nigerian schools. They don't allow their children to go to Nigerian hospitals. They don't allow Nigeria to go to where they are supposed to go. So let us use our brain, because these people don't mean well for us. Stop clapping for them unnecessarily. Stop clapping for them when they don't deserve your clap. So what do you think we must do to settle our differences and unite and become one people? For me, you see, you as an Igbo man, you as a Yoruba man, you as a Hausa man, if you see Ghanaians, you love them. People from Benin Republic, you love them. But when you see your fellow man, you look at it as somebody that is your enemy. The contraption caused it. You are not the cause. So what I think we should do to unite together is to understand who is our problem. I keep on saying this because if we understand who is our problem, you will not fight Yoruba man, ordinary Yoruba man. You will not fight ordinary Igbo man. You will not fight ordinary Hausa man. You will not fight ordinary Edo man. You will know that the problem is the powers that be. Do you know that even when I have not been given birth to, Buhari was president of Nigeria, military leader, and in my generation he's still president? When I have not been given birth to, Obasanjo was military leader, and in my generation he's still president. When I have not been, let me say I've been given birth to Tinubu, one of them were fighting in 1993, that time I was young. Up to today, he's still the leader. These people don't want Nigeria to go. They just want to take hold of this nation and eat everything that is eatable, embezzle the money, and let us go like that and continue to suffer. So I think I have to thank everyone who joined this live broadcast. This is 3:14 Nigerian time. So I think we can call it a night. So if you have other questions, my WhatsApp number is there. You can easily send me a message and we'll talk about it. If you have any question that you are not opportune to ask now. So thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate. Please, BJ for say there are international forces also. Yes, of course. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for everything. I know that some of us are supposed to be sleeping, but we just see this video and we decided to stay online. I really appreciate that, and I do not take it for granted. Please, if you are not subscribed to this channel, that is the only way you can support me. So subscribe to this channel and always come by for midnight broadcast. See you tomorrow night. We'll also come here to talk about the state of our nation, depending on the topic that is available. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. And we can call it a good night.